That feeling when you hesitate before standing up from a comfortable chair, that almost imperceptible slight wobble you feel on the stairs, or the quiet, creeping fear that your legs just aren't the reliable, sturdy foundation they used to be. It's a deeply personal, often unspoken, and profoundly unsettling anxiety. You are not alone in this experience, and I want to assure you right now, you are not imagining it. It's real, it's physical, and it is something you have the power to change. Don't click away from this video. I promise you that by the end of our time together, you will have a clear, simple, and powerful plan to reclaim the strength and stability that you feel slipping away. We're going to pull back the curtain and uncover the exact nutrients your body has been asking for, the precise building blocks it needs to feel strong again. We will explore how to use them to not just halt a decline, but to actively build a stronger, more confident future. The answer is so much simpler and so much more hopeful than you have been led to believe. Common fear. Let's talk about something that happens quietly, almost without us noticing, until one day its presence becomes entirely undeniable. It's that pivotal moment you find yourself choosing the elevator instead of the stairs, not because you're in a hurry or carrying something heavy, but because a small voice in your head questions whether your legs are truly up for the climb. Or perhaps it's the simple act of getting up from a low-seated couch, which now requires a strategic plan, a bit of a rock, a push with your hands, and a little extra effort that simply wasn't there before. This slow erosion of confidence is not a failure of your willpower. It's not a character flaw, and it's certainly not because you're getting old in the dismissive way people sometimes say it. This is a well-understood biological process, and it has a scientific name, sarcopenia. The word itself might sound intimidating, but all it really means is the gradual, age-related loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. It is a universal human experience. As we move past our 30s and 40s, our body's natural muscle-building signals begin to quiet down, while the signals for muscle breakdown can become a little more pronounced. It's a subtle but significant shift in your body's internal chemistry. This very process is what directly leads to that unnerving feeling of instability. It's the reason why carrying a full basket of laundry up the stairs feels more challenging, or why a long walk in the park with a friend seems more daunting than it used to. The fear that grows from these experiences is completely valid and profoundly real. It's the fear of losing your precious independence, the deep-seated fear of a fall and its consequences, the fear of not being able to keep up with the people and activities that bring you joy. It's a fear that can, if left unchecked, make your world feel progressively smaller day by day. You might start to unconsciously edit your life, carefully avoiding certain situations, turning down invitations that seem too strenuous, and sticking only to what feels safe and manageable. Your life's landscape can shrink from a wide-open field to a well-worn, narrow path. But here's the most important thing I want you to hear today, the central truth of our entire conversation. This is not a one-way street. This is not a life sentence of inevitable decline. Modern science has shown us, unequivocally and repeatedly, that this process can be significantly slowed down, halted, and in many cases, even reversed. Your body is a remarkable, incredibly adaptable system. It possesses an innate desire to be strong. It has a powerful, built-in capacity to heal and rebuild itself. We just need to learn how to give it the right tools, the correct building blocks that it's currently missing. The weakness you feel is not your new, permanent reality. It's simply a signal. It's your body communicating with you, telling you exactly what it needs to start building again. And the first, most crucial building block is a nutrient that a vast number of us are unknowingly deficient in, a nutrient that directly commands your muscles to be strong. We have to start seeing this not as an ending, but as the beginning of a conversation with our own bodies. A conversation we can now enter with knowledge and with genuine hope, understanding that what feels like an ending is really just an invitation to begin a new, stronger chapter. The tired old narrative that aging means inevitable weakness is outdated and, frankly, incorrect. The new narrative, the one that is backed by cutting-edge science, is one of empowerment and agency. It's about understanding the why behind the weakness so you can strategically and effectively address the how of getting your strength back. This isn't about fighting against your body, it's about forming a partnership with it. It's about learning to listen to its subtle signals and responding with the precise support it requires. So let go of any guilt or frustration you might be holding on to. It's not your fault, it's biology. And now that we understand the biology, we can use that knowledge to our advantage, starting with the very first and perhaps most powerful vitamin for muscle function. In sunshine, vitamin. When we think of vitamin D, our minds almost always go straight to one place, bone health. We've had it drilled into us for decades. You need vitamin D for strong bones, to properly absorb calcium, and to prevent conditions like osteoporosis. And while that is absolutely true and critically important, focusing only on the bones is like saying a key is only good for opening the front door without ever realizing it also starts the car. The role of vitamin D in muscle health is profound, direct, and absolutely essential for anyone looking to regain leg strength and stability. Your muscles, just like your bones, are literally covered in specialized receptors for vitamin D. You can think of these receptors as millions of tiny, specific docking stations. When vitamin D is present and circulating in your bloodstream, it finds these stations, locks into them, and sends a direct signal to the muscle cell's nucleus, the command center, to initiate and accelerate the synthesis of new proteins. These proteins are the literal building blocks of your muscle fibers. They are what make your muscles bigger, stronger, and more resilient. Without adequate vitamin D, this vital signal is weak, intermittent, or even completely absent. You can be doing exercises, trying to build strength, but your body simply doesn't get the clear, authoritative message to build and repair muscle tissue effectively. It's like trying to build a solid brick wall with a weak and watery batch of mortar. The effort is there, you're laying the bricks, but the resulting structure remains fragile and weak. The work you put in doesn't yield the results you deserve because a key chemical messenger is missing. But the science gets even more specific and fascinating than that. Our bodies have different types of muscle fibers, most notably type Y, slow twitch fibers, which are used for endurance activities like long distance walking, and type 2, fast twitch fibers, which are used for power and rapid movements. Type 2 fibers are what you use to quickly push yourself up from a chair, to instantly catch yourself if you stumble, or to climb a flight of stairs with force and momentum. They are the fibers most responsible for raw strength and, critically, for preventing falls. And guess which type of muscle fibers are most sensitive to your vitamin D levels? The type 2 fibers. A wealth of scientific studies have shown a direct and powerful correlation between low vitamin D levels and the atrophy or shrinking of these crucial fast-twitch muscle fibers. This is precisely why a deficiency can lead not just to a feeling of general weakness, but to that specific, unnerving feeling of instability, poor balance, and a slower reaction time. Your body literally loses its emergency muscles, the very ones designed to keep you upright and safe from a sudden fall. Replenishing your vitamin D levels is like turning the main power switch back on for these specific vital fibers. It directly enhances their ability to contract forcefully and quickly, restoring your power and speed. It's not just about building more muscle mass. It's about improving the quality, responsiveness, and function of the muscle you already have. So, how do you get it? The sunshine vitamin nickname is accurate. Our skin produces vitamin D in response to direct sunlight. However, a number of factors make this a tricky proposition. As we age, our skin becomes significantly less efficient at this conversion process. Furthermore, legitimate concerns about skin cancer, seasonal changes, cloud cover, and living in northern latitudes mean most people, especially those over 60, simply cannot get enough from the sun alone to maintain optimal levels. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel are good dietary sources, as are fortified foods like milk and cereals. But to achieve a truly therapeutic level for rebuilding muscle strength, supplementation is often the most reliable, consistent, and effective strategy. It's about giving your muscles the non-negotiable foundational signal they need to wake up and get back to work. This isn't some vague health boost, it's a targeted, science-backed intervention for muscle power. It is the first key you must turn in the ignition. Your muscles have been patiently waiting for this signal. They have the blueprint to be strong, they just need the primary formin, vitamin D, to show up on the job site and tell them it's time to start building again. This single nutrient can be the difference between muscles that are dormant and unresponsive and muscles that are active, powerful, and ready to support you. Mineral relief. Now, imagine you've started the engine with vitamin D. The signal to build is officially there. Your muscle cells have received the command to synthesize protein and to contract with more force. But what if, after contracting, they can't fully relax? What if they get stuck in a state of subtle, persistent tension, leading to cramps, twitching, and a deep, burning fatigue that never seems to go away? This is where our second crucial nutrient comes into play. It is the essential partner to contraction, relaxation. We're talking about magnesium. If vitamin D is the on switch for muscle power, then magnesium is the equally important off switch that allows for recovery, repair, and genuine rest. Think of it like a light switch. You need to be able to turn it on, but you also must be able to turn it off. Every single time a muscle in your leg contracts, whether you're taking a step or just tensing it for a moment, calcium ions flood into the muscle cells to create that tension. This is a normal, necessary process for movement. However, to release that contraction, to allow the muscle to relax and lengthen, your body requires an adequate supply of magnesium. Magnesium acts as a physiological calcium blocker, actively pumping the calcium ions back out of the cells, which allows the muscle fibers to let go and rest. Without enough magnesium in your system, calcium can linger inside the cells, leaving the muscle in a state of partial chronic contraction. It's a low-grade tension you may not even be aware of, but it is exhausting your muscles over time. This is the hidden reason behind so much of the discomfort we often associate with leg weakness. It's the restless legs that twitch and jerk, keeping you up at night. It's the sudden, sharp Charlie horse in your calf or foot that can be incredibly painful. It's that persistent, nagging feeling of tightness and fatigue in your calves and thighs, even when you haven't been particularly active. Your muscles are, in a very real sense, tired because they can't fully and completely rest. And a muscle that cannot fully rest is a muscle that cannot properly heal or grow stronger. Strength isn't actually built during the work, it's built during the recovery phase that follows. When you put stress on your muscles through movement, you create tiny, harmless microtears. The body then repairs these tears, making the muscle stronger and more resilient than it was before. But this essential repair process can only happen efficiently when the muscle is in a relaxed state. Magnesium is the primary facilitator of this vital recovery period. It ensures that after the work is done, your muscles get the critical downtime they need to rebuild. Furthermore, magnesium plays a central and indispensable role in energy production at the cellular level. The very fuel that all of your cells run on, a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate, must be bound to a magnesium ion to become biologically active. So, a deficiency in magnesium means less available energy for your muscles to do their job in the first place and less ability for them to relax and repair afterwards. It's a devastating double whammy that directly contributes to pervasive feelings of weakness and fatigue. Unfortunately, many people are deficient in this essential mineral. Modern industrial farming practices have severely depleted magnesium from the soil and therefore from our food supply. It's also a mineral that is easily lost through chronic stress and sweat. While you can find it in healthy foods like leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, our actual absorption can be inconsistent and often insufficient. This is why supplementing with a well-absorbed form of magnesium can be such a profound game changer. It's not about sedation, it's about regulation. It provides that tangible sense of mineral relief, allowing your leg muscles to finally let go of that underlying tension. It allows them to complete their natural, healthy cycle of work and rest, which is the absolute foundation for building real, lasting strength. When you give your body enough magnesium, you're not just preventing cramps, you're creating the ideal internal environment for muscle growth and recovery. You're giving your legs the permission to relax so they can come back stronger tomorrow. Nerve Guardian. We've talked about the signal to build muscle with vitamin D and the ability for that muscle to relax and recover with magnesium. But there's a critical third piece to this intricate puzzle. How does the initial command to move, the very intention to take a step, to stand up, or to balance yourself, travel from your brain all the way down the spinal cord and out to the muscles in your legs? This incredible feat happens through your nervous system, a vast and complex network of communication wires. For your leg muscles to contract with power, precision, and coordination, they need to receive a clear, strong, and exceptionally fast signal from the brain, the nutrient that serves as the primary guardian of this entire communication network, ensuring the integrity of the wires themselves, is vitamin B12. Think of your nerves as bundles of high-tech electrical wires. For the electrical signal to travel efficiently from one end to the other without losing power, those wires need to be properly insulated. In your body, this vital insulation is a fatty substance called the myelin sheath. This protective sheath wraps around your nerve fibers, acting much like the rubber coating on an electrical cord. It prevents the electrical signal from dissipating into the surrounding tissues and allows it to travel at incredibly high speeds, ensuring your muscles react almost instantaneously to your thoughts. Vitamin B12 is absolutely essential for the body's ability to produce and, just as importantly, maintain this protective myelin sheath. It is, in every sense of the word, the guardian of your nerves. When your B12 levels are low, the production and repair of this myelin sheath falters. The insulation can become thin, patchy, or damaged. As a result, the signal from your brain to your muscles can become weak, slow, or distorted. It's like having a faulty telephone line that's full of static and keeps cutting out. You might be dialing the number with perfect intention, telling your leg to lift and step over a curb, but the message that actually arrives at the muscle is garbled, delayed, and weak. On a physical level, this manifests in ways that are very often mistaken for simple muscle weakness. You might experience poor balance, a general lack of coordination, or a frustrating feeling that your legs are clumsy and just don't do what you want them to do. You might feel a tingling, pins and needles sensation, or even numbness in your feet and hands, which is a classic sign of nerve-related issues or neuropathy. You could be doing everything else right, getting enough protein, vitamin D, and magnesium, but if the command signal isn't getting through properly, your muscles simply cannot perform at their peak. They won't contract with the coordinated force required for stable walking or standing. This is a huge and very often overlooked component of age-related weakness. The problem isn't always the muscle itself, sometimes it's the communication line leading to it. This becomes particularly relevant as we get older because our ability to absorb vitamin B12 from food can decline significantly. This is because absorption requires a special substance produced in the stomach called intrinsic factor, and its production often decreases with age. So, even if you're eating a diet rich in B12 from foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy, you may not be effectively absorbing it into your bloodstream. This makes supplementation, often in a form that bypasses stomach absorption like a sublingual tablet, particularly important for this age group. By ensuring you have adequate B12, you are directly investing in the long-term health of your entire nervous system. You are protecting your nerve guardian and ensuring that the crucial lines of communication between your brain and your body remain open, clear, and fast. This is the final piece of the biological puzzle. With vitamin D signaling the muscle to build, magnesium allowing it to recover, and vitamin B12 delivering the command to move, you create a complete synergistic system for regaining not just strength and power, but most importantly, coordination and confidence. It's about making sure your brain and your legs are in perfect conversation, working together seamlessly to carry you through your day with stability and grace. Our daily ritual. Now we have the three key biological ingredients: vitamin D, the muscle modulator; magnesium, the relaxation mineral; and vitamin B12, the nerve guardian. Having these nutrients consistently available in your system is like putting high-octane fuel, premium engine oil, and clean transmission fluid into a car. The potential for high performance is there, but a car, no matter how perfectly fueled and tuned, doesn't go anywhere until you turn the key and gently press the accelerator. The vitamins are the potential. Your movement is the activation. This is where the science meets action, and it's the part that truly solidifies and accelerates all the benefits we've discussed. You cannot build muscle without asking your muscles to do something. You have to create a demand. But here's the beautiful, liberating part. This does not have to be intimidating. It does not mean you need to join a gym, lift heavy weights, or start a grueling, exhausting workout routine. It's about creating a simple, gentle, and utterly consistent daily ritual. The goal is consistency, not intensity. A little bit of intentional movement every single day is infinitely more powerful than one heroic, exhausting workout once a week. So, what does this daily ritual look like in practice? It can be as simple as incorporating chair squats into your day. While you're waiting for the coffee to brew or during a commercial break on TV, stand in front of a sturdy, stable chair. With your feet shoulder width apart, slowly lower yourself down as if you are about to sit, keeping your back straight and chest up. Go as low as feels comfortable, hold for a brief second, and then push back up through your heels to a full standing position. Do 5, do 10, do whatever feels manageable and safe. This single movement activates all the major muscles in your legs, your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, in a safe and controlled way. Another wonderfully simple yet powerful ritual is the calf raise. While you're brushing your teeth or waiting for the microwave, simply stand tall and slowly raise your heels off the floor, pushing up onto the balls of your feet. Hold for a moment, feeling the contraction in your calf muscles, and then slowly lower your heels back down. This small movement is fantastic for improving ankle stability and the push-off phase of your walking gait, which is critical for balance. These simple acts are the ignition. Each repetition sends a clear signal to your body. We need these muscles. They are being used. Send the resources here. This is what tells your body where to send the vitamin D, magnesium, and other nutrients you're taking. It creates the specific demand that the nutrients then supply. Think of it this way: the vitamins are the construction workers and the raw materials, the lumber, concrete, and wiring for a new building. The daily ritual of movement is the foreman on the job site, pointing and saying, "Build here and here. This is where we need to be stronger." Without that specific direction, the workers and materials just stand around, waiting for instructions. With that direction, they get to work building a stronger foundation right where you need it most. This synergy is everything. You will feel the effects of the vitamins much faster and more profoundly when you pair them with gentle, daily movement. It turns a passive strategy of just taking supplements into an active, life-changing habit. Start small. So small it feels almost too easy. The goal is to build a ritual that you can stick with day after day, one that doesn't feel like a chore, but rather a small, daily act of self-care, a 5-minute investment in your own freedom and mobility. This is how you take the science we've discussed and turn it into tangible, feelable results. It's how you go from understanding what your body needs to actually feeling the difference in your own legs, day by day, step by step. A new chapter. This journey we've just outlined, understanding the quiet fear, dismantling it with science, and then addressing it with the right nutrients and a simple daily ritual, is about so much more than just vitamins and chair squats. It's about what those things give you back. It is about reclaiming your freedom, piece by piece, day by day. It's about silencing that little voice of hesitation that has crept into your life, the one that makes you second guess your own body. It's the profound, quiet confidence to say an enthusiastic and immediate yes when your grandkids ask you to come play in the yard, knowing you can not only keep up but also get down on the grass with them and rise back up with ease. It's the simple, unadulterated pleasure of taking a long, leisurely walk through a park or along a beach on a beautiful day, focusing on the scenery and the conversation, not worrying if you'll get too tired or if your legs will start to ache. It's about moving through your own home, your most personal and sacred space, without a second thought, without unconsciously bracing yourself on furniture or eyeing the stairs with a familiar sense of dread. This is about restoring the physical confidence that allows your world to feel expansive, vibrant, and full of possibility again, not small, restrictive, and limited by fear. The strength in your legs is not just a fond memory of who you used to be. It is not something that is lost to the mists of the past forever. It is a future that you can actively start building right now, today. Every single time you mindfully complete a chair squat, every intentional step you take on your daily walk, fueled by the right biological building blocks, is a vote for that stronger future. It's a powerful declaration that you are not defined by a number or a diagnosis, but by your vitality and your unquenchable desire to live a full, independent, and engaged life. The feeling of stability, of knowing deep in your bones that your own body can support you reliably, is a unique and precious form of peace. It's a peace of mind that allows you to focus on the joy of the moment, rather than the tedious and worrying mechanics of movement. We've broken down the science, but the real, life-altering magic happens when you integrate this knowledge into your own life. It's when you feel that first, unmistakable surge of new strength, that first moment you stand up from your favorite chair with surprising ease, that first walk you take where you return home feeling energized instead of depleted. Those moments are the proof. They are the beginning of your new chapter, a chapter where you are in the driver's seat of your own health, armed with the right information and a clear, achievable plan. Your strength is waiting for you. It's right there, written into the biology of your own body, ready to be reawakened. All it asks for is the right support. Give it that support, and you will be amazed at how willingly and how quickly it returns. Start today, one simple, hopeful step at a time.